Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the weekly June 17th to the 24th for the sign of Libra. I do apologize for coming out a day late with this. I had some technical difficulty yesterday with my camera, so I'm here today and it's all working out. Alright Libras, we're going to get your two cards out right away for what you're dealing with this week. Two energies you're dealing with this week in relationships, with work, peers, lovers, etc., etc. This is not necessarily a romance reading or a love reading. It's just a weekly reading, a weekly check-in. Show me what's going on with our lovely scales, our Libras. Most of my best friends have all been Libras. Love you guys. So show me what's up. Show me. All right, Libra, your first card. Let go of control issues. Wow. And reconciliation. Interestingly enough, those two cards do tend to come out together a lot. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. And reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So this could be romantic. It could be about work or career. We're going to get your cards out and get right into it. Today is the full moon, and I have noticed that during the full moon times when I do readings, cards can get quite sticky and cagey. It's like they don't want to give the message over. It's quite interesting, but I'm going to get you 7 cards out. See what's going on this week for you, our lovely Libras. Show me what's going on June 17th. For our lovely Libras, sign of the scales, air sign. What's going on for them this week? What are they looking forward to? What's their relationships going to be like? Tell me what's going on center stage in the lives of the Libras, specifically the ones tuning into this video. You know this reading can't be possibly for every Libra on the planet, but I hope to get a clear message out that resonates with those Libras that are watching this video. Show me. Alright, your main card for the week. Queen of Cups. Beautiful. So, just did a reading for Virgo and Queen of Pentacles came out. But today, Libra, it's all about Queen of Cups for you. You're very much wearing your heart on your sleeve, right? You're ready to give and receive love. You're ready to open up your heart. You're not worried about being vulnerable. You've gone past being vulnerable. You've transcended that. You know who you are and what your feelings are, and you know what you want, right? Sun's coming out. 8 of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. Wow. Libra, 7 of Wands. Oh my gosh. 8 of Swords. And 3 of Discs. Wow, you're dealing with somebody who certainly played the victim at one point or another. 5 of Swords at the bottom. Quarreling, bickering, power struggles. Huh. Perhaps that's what happened in the past, right? Power struggles, let go of control issues. All right? Certainly that's what 5 of Swords is all about. Hollow victories by deceptive means. Wow, so the sun is coming out for you, Libra. You're feeling like you're feeling on top of the world. You're feeling great. You feel beautiful. You feel ambitious. You feel prosperous. You feel like everything is working out for you, right? Your scales are balanced, you know. However, understand this about the Librans. It's not so much that they need to have their scales balanced. They enjoy the work that it takes towards balancing the scales. It's the journey. It's not the destination, right? Because oftentimes people say, well, why are Libras all about balance when they're always in chaotic situations? Well, that's because they thrive in chaotic situations. They thrive in the action of bringing balance. But to simply sit in balance is quite boring for them, right? It is. It's very boring for Libras. They're very excited, ambitious, passionate individuals, air signs, right? So it's the journey for them. It's the process of bringing the scales into balance that makes them feel so good. And right now, you are at that really kind of that sweet spot between having worked through all of the kind of chaos, but things aren't quite too perfect in your life, but they're just enough off kilter that you're right in your sweet spot. You know what I mean? You're right where you want to be. You got just enough chaos to keep you interested, but not too much that you're all over the place, right? You feel radiant. You feel in your own. Certainly, you don't feel the need to control anybody with the sun. Sun's not about control. The sun is about letting everybody have their spot in the sun, in the light. However, the sun is the 19, the second 9, the first 9 being a hermit. 9's being all about self-realization, your relationship with yourself, solitude, being alone, not necessarily being lonely, but being alone, being isolated, right? So the sun can talk about having a lot of prosperity and a lot of joy and a lot of wealth and perhaps even some fame and all of that, but yet you do still feel alone to a certain degree, right? That's a little bit of the flip side. You see the character there's by themselves. They're happy. You know, they're dancing naked under the sun on a pony, but they are alone. Okay, so that is one aspect to it. It could be very much that although you feel really, really great right now, you are maybe inside somewhere feeling like, I'm ready to share my heart with somebody. Hence the Queen of Cups has come out. I'm ready to share my heart with somebody. I'm ready to have somebody. And yes, where I'm at feels great, but it would feel even better if I had a mate. Right? You're looking at someone right now who's got their head stuck in their work. They're busy working. They may not even recognize you right now because they're so busy, like, doing their thing, right? Their head is down. They're disciplined, right? And this is something you very much like about them, Libra. You love this. You love the fact that they're a go-getter. You love the fact that they're responsible, that they probably have a good job or a job that they're good at, and that they have a lot of integrity, right? 8's being the number of discipline, strengths, and weaknesses, right? Boundaries. So you see, you're looking at your person, and you're like, I see you. This could be a new person. Could be that the fact that of how hard they've been working is exactly what's attracted you. You know, something in the realm of their work. Maybe it could be if they're an artist and you like the work they produce, or you just like their work ethic. Something to do with the way they go about their labor, right? Their labor and their love of labor has got your interest. And you feel a love connection with them. You feel love pouring out. You feel like you want to show love to them. Could be someone that from your past, reconciliation, let go of control issues. Could be someone from your past who you never had a love relationship with, but now you are realizing that something's there. Could be as well that this is just someone, you know, you've been quite good friends with for a long time, and now the love is kind of sprung out of it. Right? Someone perhaps that you've known for a while, but you never got to the point of getting to know them. You've always been working, they've always been working, and now you're kind of like somehow your ships are next to each other again, and you're saying, hang on a second, I feel something here. I want something with this person. I want to show them how I feel. They very much are in the thick of it though, Libra. They may not even be noticing you because right now their head is so far into their work and what they're dealing with. They see themselves as I think they see themselves as having to battle right now, having to really fight off a lot of obstacles. I think they see themselves as kind of like working away on their own, on their dreams and their goals. They're very much on their path, but it's been a bit of a struggle for them. You know, I think they feel very much victimized, not victimized, but really put upon. I think they feel that everyone is kind of out to attack them to a certain degree, perhaps attack their goals and their dreams, you know. You feel like, you know, they feel like they have to defend. They feel like they're always on the defensive right now, right? And I think that this could very much be the reason why the let go of control issues has come up. Because I think this individual has issues with control. Either maintaining it or feeling as though they've given it up. Interestingly enough, you have 8 of Pentacles when you see them, and they have 8 of Swords when they see you. So whereas you see them as very much disciplined and buckling down and being, you know, having this work ethic, they see you, I think, to a certain degree, very much as untouchable, someone perhaps that they can't really get to. I think they may see you in terms of, you know, I feel almost like they feel like, you know, Libra's not going to like me, you know, or Libra, you know, I'm too opinionated for Libra, and, you know, they're just not, you know, there is a control issue here, and that's why I let go of control issues, but that may not necessarily be for you. That may be for your person, because this 8 of Swords is all about control. It could be that they're feeling like you've got control over them to a certain degree, as if maybe you're putting them in almost like a spell on them, you know, like you're blowing that fairy dust in their face, you know. I think they feel a little bit like that, you know, very much an at odds energy. This individual here is someone who's still very much battling their own demons. They're very much still kind of in denial. They're one of these people that really feel victimized, you know, like, oh, poor me. It's not my fault. I had to do it. They made me do it. They put me in this situation. If it wasn't for the way you were treating me, I wouldn't have to lash out this way. You know, it's always everybody else's fault. You know, this is the card of victimization. This is the card of weakness in a way, of almost handing over strength, almost handing over control of your life to others, and missing the fact that you are ultimately in control of your own life. You know, passing the buck. 8 of Swords is the pass the buck person. You know, they just don't ever want to cop to things that are their fault. And I think there's a little angsty kind of relationship here. They feel, even though you're attracted to them, and they may very well be attracted to you, but there's no hearts or attractive energy coming from their area. They're very mental. This individual is very mental. They're always thinking about it. It's always in their head. They're always, you know, thinking about the relationship rather than feeling the relationship. What's she doing? Why is she doing what she's doing? Why is he doing what he's doing? Well, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Always trying to see where the catch is. Always trying to see where somebody's trying to get over. Trying to have control of everything, and yet being completely chaotic in a way. They see their relationship with you as possibly being prosperous. I think they almost feel as though, like, you know, they're going to gain, or they may feel as though you think you're going to gain. This person's a bit paranoid. I'm going to tell you right now, I get a funny vibe here. This person's a bit paranoid. This person could be coming across to you as someone who cares for you, yet very quickly flip, and suddenly it's like you're the worst enemy. It's all your fault. You know what I mean? This energy, this person, whoever you're dealing with, Libra, has has a lot of shadow work to do. They have a lot of self-work to do, right? Now, perhaps this is a message to some of my subscribers, because I've gotten some subscribers who've sent me emails asking me, you know, to help them, or to do readings about, you know, divine masculine, divine feminine, your soulmate, you know, people, because they're either in situations where things haven't worked out for years, or they've been pining away for years, they're still hurt. This is very much a scenario like this, I believe. You, Libra, are full of love. You're ready to show love. You're in a very, very kind of good space, right? As below, so above. You're not afraid to be vulnerable. You're not afraid to show who you are, what you want. You feel great. You see your person for being disciplined, a hard worker. You feel love is there. It's all very genuine and virtuous, right? This individual has so many hang-ups and issues going on. I mean, look at this. All right. They've got 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands, both antagonistic, discordant cards in those decks. And then 3 of Discs, which talks about unity and bonding, but it talks about getting accolades for your work, right? And this is how they see their relationship with you. I feel like they see their relationship as if you may be using them to a certain degree. And then with this discordant energy, you know, this is very much victim and paranoid. You know, doesn't have to be, but I feel it. I feel paranoid. I feel paranoia. I feel victim. I feel someone who doesn't want to take responsibility for their own actions. Now, this person may, you know, you may feel very much like you want this person because the Ace of Cups is here. And you're like, why can't I get them out of my head? You know, I really want, you know. Yet they're a total asshole. They're a total dick. Their energy is totally off. Nobody in their right mind will want to be around them. But yet you want to have that love relationship with them. Why? Why? Because you see something in them that you want. The only reason we stay pining away for people who don't want us, who don't treat us the way we deserve to be treated, it's not because we love them. You delude yourself into thinking you love them. It's not really that. They have something you want. And it's not love. It could be attention. It could be money. It could be just the fact that somebody else is that they're interested in somebody else besides you. But it's not love. Don't confuse that with love. Do not ever confuse being attached to somebody who gives you nothing in return for some ridiculous amount of time without any evidence that they love or care for you. Do not ever confuse that with love. Don't think, you know, if you think you're in love with that person, then you need to do shadow work. Because love is a harmonic energy, right? It doesn't exist on its own, right? Love doesn't just exist on its own. It, you know, it has to have an object. Even if you have love of self, you're still loving yourself, right? So there's a duplicity there. There's a duality there. That's what we talk about, duality. But it cannot exist in a singular form. So if you're getting nothing in return from someone, don't think it's because you love them. There is something that you desire from that person in a very unhealthy way. And you are deluding yourself into thinking that you love them because you don't want to face up to the fact that your true motives have nothing at all to do with love. You almost want to put yourself in a higher position than them because you feel as though, and oftentimes this can happen, that you feel as though you're somehow better than them because you're still able to love them when they don't love themselves. Or you're able to love them when they don't love you back. You have this misguided idea that somehow makes you, deep down inside, you believe that somehow that makes you a better person. Now, I'm not saying this is you, Libra. I'm talking generally to the collective, right? And this kind of BS that people give themselves, well, no, it's because I'm in love with them. It's bullshit. It's utter bullshit. It's utter bullshit. It's not because you're in love with them. It's because you can't, for some reason, you want to covet something they have. More times than not, in those situations, especially when you're pining away for somebody who's with somebody else or who has other partners, as soon as nobody is interested in that person, neither will you be. Right? That all of a sudden they're not interesting to you either. No one pines away for the guy on the street who's got nobody. Nobody sits and pines away for that. You know what I mean? You pine away for the person who has something. Almost always the person who has something. Whether they have a relationship with somebody else that isn't you, or they've done something or accomplished goals with someone else that isn't you, or they've made money that's more money than you've made, or there's some kind of something attached to this person that you want to covet. And it drives you crazy because you can't get any kind of satisfaction until you get that from this person. And in fact, you really need to do some shadow work if you're in that scenario. And ask yourself, why on earth? What is going on with me that I will continue to try to convince myself that I'm in love with somebody who does not at all love me back. Or does not at all show me signs of loving me back. Or every time they're in my life, they destroy it. Right? You know. Like I said, more times than not, a lot of times people stay in those relationships because ultimately you despise this individual, and by staying with them, you feel as though you're a better person than they are. And it elevates you in a false way. You know, it's the Mother Teresa complex for people who don't deserve it. Give me some clarity on this reading. Show me. And I don't want to sound harsh, right? But, you know, you want the truth, right? You want to know how to get over someone like that? That's the truth. You know, either you want the truth or you don't. And a lot of times the problem is helping people in those situations. The reason why they're in that situation is because they're unwilling to face the truth. So you handing them a healthy dose of it is neither here nor there. Page of Pentacles coming out on that sun. We got 5 of Wands and Knight of Pentacles. Queen of Swords, Judgment. See? Queen of Swords and Judgment. Interesting. And Death. There you go. Big changes. At the bottom is Temperance. Sagittarius coming through. A little Sagittarian energy. You need temperance. You always need temperance in those situations. Libra. Yeah, talking about, yeah, you see yourself, I think you may be seeing yourself as perhaps going towards this person as with an offer to help them. I think you're very much going, you know, you may be even gearing up to go into your kind of like nurturing, like, I want to say mothering phase in a way, but not necessarily, but just like, you know, you see yourself as someone who can come in possibly and help them out. Financially, with a little offer. You may see yourself as that being a little door into getting to this individual who very much is kind of caught up in their own shit. 5 of Wands is here to clarify your 8 of Discs. So 5 of Wands talks about discord, you know, arguing, not being on the same page, right? So where they see you, you know, where you see them as being a hard worker, I think you do recognize that this person may have an anger problem. I think you see it, Libra. Certainly you see it. But why you perhaps want to go forward with it, perhaps this is the reading that you needed to let you know that until this person gets their shit together, they really just don't deserve what you want to give them, Libra. You see this, and it's almost like you're walking on eggshells with this person already. You already are adjusting your behavior because you know if you act a certain way, they may get pissed off or whatever, you know. Your love, here you go, Knight of Pentacles. Your love for them, your relationship for them to a certain degree is to do with support. Could be that they have financial problems. You might be wanting to go in there and help them with those financial problems. Right? So you've got Page of Pentacles here and Knight of Pentacles here. You very much want to swoop in, I think. You know, I believe that you very much want to swoop in. You very much want to sort of like perhaps use money or wealth or prosperity in a way to kind of maybe get in with them or break that wall down that they have. Right? Because they're certainly looking at your relationship with them as a monetary relationship, as a, you know, here's the artist, and here's the consignees, the people who are contracting the artist to do the work. So they're very much seeing your relationship with them as a kind of almost contractual, you know, almost monetary. Whereas you're trying to squeeze a love relationship out of it. They may have told you some bullshit along the way to get you to believe that, but it's all about money for them. Queen of Swords is coming in with 7 of Wands to clarify. Yeah, honesty, not being phony, not being fake, not being false. Right? So they perhaps portray themselves as this beacon of honesty, as this kind of, you know, very... I've had another reading the other day with the same type of energy. This person very much sees themselves as like, super honest and super fair, and they feel like a lot of times, they're going to say their excuses. Well, I'm being attacked because I'm so strong. I'm being attacked because people don't like how strong and how honest I am. Bullshit. People are attacking this person because they're an asshole. They're just a horrible kind of individual to be around, and they're being quite phony about who they really are to a certain degree. They're acting like they're the Queen of Swords, but the flip side of the Queen of Swords is that she has gone through a period in her life where she's been quite duplicitous and fake about who she was. Judgment's coming in, so there we go. This is what I'm saying. The victim card, yeah, they feel very judgmental about those around them. They feel judgmental about you. I think they think that you judge them as well. They kind of throw you in the same pot as everyone else, right? I think they play very much this kind of like, well, you're just like everybody else. You're going to leave me. I think they play a lot of guilt trips on you, right? And this is a way that they see their relationship with you. And death is here, clarifying this Three of Pentacles. A death in the way they see the relationship as well. Right? Interestingly enough, the only thing I get from this is that they're going to take the money and run. This is a very specific reading. Libra, I love you guys. Like I said at the beginning of the reading, I really love you, Libras. A lot of my best friends have been Libras. I really want you to take what I'm saying as with love, because it really is meant with love. If this reading resonates with you, this person is going to take the money and run. Right? There's a death in the relationship, a change in the way they see the relationship, but the relationship can't possibly increase or get better because they haven't done the shadow work. So the death indicates a ceasing of the relationship. They're going to take the money and run. And whatever money they get from you, or that you come in with, or whatever financial stability or whatever you bring to them, they're going to take it and run. Let go of control issues, Libra. Stop trying to control this situation. There's nothing you can do to help this person. There's nothing you can do to make love come from someone who doesn't feel it. Insisting on changing this individual means that you now become the one who has to do the shadow work, not them. Do you understand? Do you really want to be in that position? Do you really want to find yourself in this position where you're like, oh shit, where have I found myself now? I've got to go deep inside myself and do all of this like self-improvement and emotional and mental and spiritual work, because why the hell am I attached to this toxic individual? Because that's exactly what it's going to turn into. A lot of times I get questions. Why doesn't he love me? It's been 5 years and I still haven't heard from him. He doesn't love you. Why doesn't she want to be with me? She's gone through 3 boyfriends, and after 3 boyfriends, she keeps coming back and then dumping me because she's using you. Stop trying to fit a round peg into a square hole. Forcing the issue over and over is just going to put you into a situation that they're in. It's going to put you in a really effed up situation where you're going to have to figure out, why on earth am I subjecting myself to this? And Libra, you are one of the best people to have as a friend. In a relationship, you are so affectionate and attentive and caring and sociable. I mean, you really are one of these lovely, bubbly people. So again, like I say, please take this with love. Do not waste any more energy on this individual. And if this message resonates with you, you know exactly who I'm talking about. All right, so that's it for you guys, Libra. June 17th to the 24th. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. We're already at nearly 30 minutes. I had to give you a few extra minutes, guys, because this reading was too important. It had too many important messages. If this resonates with you, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment below. I respond to all the comments. All right? And remember this, Libra. You are so much better than whoever this individual is. You really are. You really, really are. Please, please, please don't go back for more. They're going to take the money and run. All right. I love you guys. See you next week. Bye-bye.